mental health, see, unfortunately, in our country, it's become fashionable to pick up anything that comes from the West, good, bad, ugly. Doesn't matter what comes, we pick up everything from the West, particularly from United States of America. I think it's the influence of Hollywood and music and stuff like that, which is such a significant influence. I mean, today if you look at any of the city population, if you go to Mumbai or Delhi or even particularly Bangalore, if you only look below the knees of everybody, it looks like you're in California, because everybody's in denims. Even here, two of you are in denims, this girl is still Indian. I'm not against denims, I must tell you, when I was a youth, I lived in Levi's only. Even Wrangler was considered too bad for us, we won't get into Wranglers, only Levi's. I lived like that. So I'm saying that is the level of influence it has on us. Simply, see, what these denims are is American workman's clothes, all right? But it has become the world's fashion, not just in India, just everywhere. Is it right, wrong? It's not for me to say, we were the ones who started in 60s, 70s, now you're still continuing, I'm happy that our fashion is still kept up. Because it was very hard to get Levi's pants, it had to be smuggled into India, you had to go to buy some Burma bazaar, you need a 32-inch, they have only 48 inches, you have to go and alter it for your size, all kinds of problems, okay? Today you have your own stuff, you're exactly what you want. And because of that, we would probably usually have only two pairs. And because we were riding all the time, the seat of the pant will get torn and knee will get torn, so we put patches on it, leather patches on it, all kinds. But now you buy it torn, pre-torn, but the thing continues. So this is not a commentary on fashion, but what I'm saying is, we are unfortunately picking up various attitudes which are negative to life. Mental illness. This is a very unpopular thing to say, already I've been attacked for this continuously and trolled continuously, but I'll tell you the truth, whether you like it or you don't like it. If you want to troll, you can troll. If you want to realize, you can realize. See, there is this. You know, according to the genetic scientists, they say the difference, DNA difference between you and a chimpanzee is only 1.23%. 1.23%, do you pass any subject in this institution? Hello? Teachers, professors, do you pass anybody for 1.23%? No. 1.23% is not much of a percentage, isn't it? But that is the DNA difference between you and a chimpanzee. So physiologically, that is how close we are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of intelligence and awareness, we're worlds apart from a chimpanzee, and this is our problem. We have an intelligence for which there is no stable enough platform unless you work on it. Because there is no stable enough platform, your own intelligence freaks you every day in and day out. You can give it seems I was talking to some top psychiatrists in UK, and they were saying there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. One of them happens to be compulsive nose-picking. I was surprised, but it seems nose-picking is one of the psychological ailments. So there are 72 of them, you can choose which one you want, I don't know which one your friend chose. But essentially, your intelligence has turned against you. You understand what I'm saying? If your intelligence was working for you, would you torture yourself with your own intelligence, I'm asking? Your intelligence is here to make this wonderful. But right now, your intelligence is working to make this horrible. Should we address this in a fundamental way, or should we pussycat around this and say, give it all kinds of names and this and that? There are some people who are unfortunately pathologically ill, that's a different matter. Most other psychological ailments, if you are willing, only if you are willing. If you are willing, you can turn yourself around. But with both even physical and psychological ailments, lot of people like ailments because they get a lot of attention when they're not very well. But what is the use of that attention? You can live without such attention. Hello? See, this is developed from childhood. When you are a little boy, if you are happy and jumping all over the place, your parents will come and say, "Shut up, go to bed, read something." But if you're sitting in a corner, boo 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 boo, they'll hug you, kiss you and boo boo boo, what's happening to you? All this, you got the best attention. So somewhere deep inside you think being miserable is better than being joyful. For this you pay a whole price. This develops from a very early age in most homes and evolves into various other things. Situations will come in our lives in a way that we can't imagine many times. If only situations that you expect comes, you're not doing anything worthwhile. If you're doing something worthwhile, so many situations that you don't know how to handle will come to you. Every time a situation comes that you are little challenged by that situation, if you are going to internally break down, well, this life is not going to go very far. Doesn't matter whether we go as far as somebody else or not, but we must find full expression to what this is. It's very important, because every life is aspiring to find fullest expression. This is not just about human beings. Whether it's an ant or an insect or an elephant or a mango tree, they're all striving to become full-fledged whatever they are. The same is true with the human being. But unfortunately, because once again coming back to education, right from kindergarten, school, they're telling you how you must be ahead of somebody else. It doesn't matter even if you're no good. You must be number one. If I must be number one, what should everybody else be? All must be below me. So my whole pleasure is everybody else is doing worse than me. This is sickness as far as I'm concerned. This is not well-being. So like this we have developed many things. Because of this, human beings suffer. The fragility of the mind and your own intelligence turning around and poking you. There are ways to turn this around. This land, this country, this culture is deeply invested in the inner well-being of the human being. And as today WHO is predicting a mental health illness or mental health pandemic, mental health pandemic means, what a pandemic means is, if any one person here has something, a virus, all of us could get it. That's a pandemic. Mental health pandemic means every one of us is capable of going cuckoo right now. This is not a good world we're creating, because human being means you're the flower of evolution on this planet. You're the peak of the evolution, isn't it? Hello? You're on top of the world, but you're not experiencing life as top of the world. You feel crushed by your own intelligence. If you had the brain of an earthworm, you would be peaceful for sure. Hello? And you would be eco-friendly too. Now your problem is your intelligence. To give you this much cerebral capability, it took millions of years of evolution. Now you're complaining about it. No, you must learn to handle it, not complain about it. This is the greatest thing we have. This incredible sense of memory, fantastic sense of imagination, we can think about 10 different things at the same time. This is the capacity that we need to enjoy, because this is not just come like that. It is millions of years of R&D. Hello? Yes or no? Now, you're saying if I had half a brain, I would be fine. That is true. If you remove half your brain right now, you will be peaceful. It is unfortunately true. You know, everywhere today, even so-called spiritual leaders are going about saying, peace of mind is the ultimate goal of life. I'm asking you, like you talked about your friend, if today you want to enjoy your dinner, even if you're not ecstatic, at least you must be peaceful, isn't it? If you want to take a walk in the evening, even if you're not bursting with joy, at least you must be peaceful. If you want to enjoy the company of whoever is sitting next to you, even if you're not dripping love, at least you must be peaceful, yes or no? So I'm asking you, is peace a most fundamental requirement or is it the ultimate goal of life? So when you talk about mental illnesses, you've lost this fundamental peace, that you cannot sit here with ease, something is going on within you. Well, it might have come to such a level of compulsion, you believe that you didn't cause it. It is like you throw a pebble and now it's become an avalanche. You can't believe you did it. But everything that happens within you, everything, your thought, your emotion, your chemistry, your health, your well-being, everything that happens within you is your fundamental responsibility. Hello? What happens around you, there may be many forces. What happens within you is 100% yours, isn't it? If you don't see that, you will never fix it. If you do not understand the way I am right now is entirely my responsibility, this is why this culture is significant, because this may be a little shocking for people and again people will get me into controversies, which I don't want right now with Save Soil going on. But what can I do? What can I do? See, this is a godless country, you must understand this. This is the only nation and only culture on the planet. There is no one man sitting up there and managing your life. This is a culture where we always told you, your life is your karma. Karma means action, your action. You're doing physical action, psychological action, emotional action, energy action, you're doing something and you're doing something wrong. If wrong results are coming, you're doing something wrong, maybe you're not aware of it. If somebody is saying nose picking is a ailment, maybe your nose will bleed one day because of excessive picking. Hello? So if you say this is an ailment, well, anything can be an ailment. You can make anything into your sickness. Eating can be a disorder, eating disorders are there, right? Somebody eats too much, somebody doesn't eat, somebody eats and pukes, all kinds of things. You're supposed to say, all this is right, you know, everybody has a right to be sick. Of course, you have right to be sick, you have right to die. I know that. But life is about being healthy, exuberant, full-fledged, taking this life to its fullest possibility. That's what the life is longing for. What opinions you create in the society is different, but every life, human or otherwise, is longing to be full-fledged, isn't it so? Huh? Life wants fullness. Life doesn't want ailments. Ailments today we are making them normal. This is going to be a lot of trouble for me once it goes out, but I'm telling you because you're young people, it's very, very important that your intelligence never turns against you. Once your intelligence turns against you, no force in the universe can help you, nothing can do anything to you, because once your thought, your emotion, your own intelligence, your own chemistry turns against you, there's really nothing to do.